Never had any issues at all before. I was kind of one of those kids who like never had an injury, really a serious injury. I fractured my ankle once, but that was the only thing. No knee issues. And then one day, were you there down at when we were playing football at all
Yeah.
those days? Yep.
Yeah.
We were there, and somebody just kind of tackled me from the side, and I kept trying to run, and I don't know if someone hit me in the knee or if it was just the weight, but I felt, it dislocate. I didn't know what happened at the time. All I knew is that it hurt extremely bad, and I couldn't walk after. Um, that was the first time, and then it was really downhill from there, really fast. I probably dislocated my knee from the time I was 15 or 16 until the end of high school, maybe 15 times. Um, Different degrees, like sometimes it would slip out, come right back in, and I could walk after 30 minutes. Other times I was down for a couple days. But largely I didn't know what was going on. And I was, playing sports at the time. So getting back into that was a lot of PT, but it was a lot of general PT. So I was going there really just trying to strengthen the muscles around the knee is what I was being told at that time. At the time I was told there was no surgery for it. It was kind of just how you were built. If you look at me from behind, my legs are kind of shaped like an hourglass. I've been told that doesn't help. So it was a strange injury mixed with not a lot of knowledge about how to recoup from it. Mixed with at the time, myself too, not even knowing where else to go other than just general PT. Um, so after that, all the injuries through high school, it still didn't really affect my daily life. I was still hanging out with friends, playing basketball with a brace now, though. That's where it started to change. And I mean, I don't know how many basketball games even just you were a part of where I'd start playing, it'd go out, and I'm done for 2 weeks. And then 2 weeks later, I come back, same thing happens. And then, but then it did escalate in college. Already not taking great care of my body in high school, certainly less at that time of my life. And that mixed with, still playing basketball, still doing sports, it probably dislocated another 15 times in 2 years. Now, when I tell people the total amount of dislocations, I usually tell them at least 30. It's more than that. I've dislocated it on a night out with friends dancing. I've dislocated it at home in the shower. It was a really big problem in my life that affected a lot of different areas.
Yeah. And your story sounds like so many others that I've heard over the years in whether it's athletic training or physical therapy or whatever it may be. Part of it is, unless you're in this field, it's really hard to either have the information or know the information or know where to find it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you were kind of just going off of the mindset like, oh, it happened again. I'm used to it. But, I know it'll be better in 2 weeks. And then at some point after 2 weeks, it wasn't always better, or you started noticing a new problem creep up. And I think this is the story that most people can tell themselves, or most people can tell others, that I've had this injury, and then over time it either kept happening, or I noticed this change or that change, or whatever the case may be. And, being pretty much by your side for most of these events, dating back to before I had any knowledge in the field,
Yeah.
which is kind of crazy to think about. Like it was one of those things where like we were all so excited to have you play, but at least for me in the back of my mind, I was like, I'm just waiting for it to happen, just waiting for it to
Same.
happen.